Okay, is this working? Let me just assume it is. Kind of get started. Whoops, why am I wearing headphones? Maybe I'll keep doing it. It's kind of nice. Okay, two things to do today. Uh, I think I want to look into some agent programming, and I want to look into some vibes programming. Just doing my standard paranoid audio check. Come on, Schwartz. Yep. Okay. Super awesome, super awesome. Two things. I think this will be a quicker session, and then I'm going to start another potentially long, or maybe we have two medium length sessions. We have a lot of fun stuff coming up. Uh, I kind of want to do two things. I want to sort of digest a little bit of these tabs and maybe write them up in the README and get them captured and get these ideas documented. In particular, there's a major open source project I want to look at. That's in this space, as we say. It feels so good to say these dirty words. So in our space is some projects to look at, and then that's some quick housekeeping. Next, I kind of want to build out an agent to do where I left off. Maybe I'll take another crack at this. I still kind of halfway want to ask, what would a good Ruby DSL for like prompting look like? But maybe not. Just kind of, I don't know. But something like this, something conversational, I think I may want to code something like that up today. To a large extent, just to kind of get the sea legs, to get a sense of how things are going, to see will Copilot Kit connect into LangGraph well? Will where does the rubber meet the road? You know, how do these APIs and frameworks and all of this um, work together in practice? You know, practically. And so this was sort of the idea that I had. I don't want to go crazy on like meta programming, but this isn't too bad. I could make Claude Code write like the kind of this sort of framework. It's just kind of tracking um, some strings, really. It's nothing too major. And then the meat of the project would be then using the agent, uh, like whatever the agent brings built in, and then learning how to like control that agent or get even more value out of that agent. That's like hunting. That's driving this conversation, right? Okay, that's that's that agent. So there's going to be a lot of kind of day one stuff. All right, which framework are we going to try? Um, how's that going to work? So that'll be actually be kind of fun to do a little more kind of diving in the deep end. But that's kind of the prep. And the reason is I want my muscles exercised for a a thing that talks to you in a helpful way that captures key information that needs to be captured um, within this kind of scope or this sort of context or this sort of realm or whatever. Because the next step, which I think I'll do a separate stream on maybe to separate them. I don't know if it'll be today or not, but the next step is along the lines of getting muscle memory and getting exercise and just being in it and seeing the code and making real code happen and writing and shipping real code. I want to look at an open source tooling that um, vibe codes today. I kind of want to look at two things basically. I want to read the Claude source code and see to what extent is some really clever, like can we pull the approach, can we pull either source code and or any kind of detailed uh, kind of architectural or that sort of, documents about Claude Code. How's Claude Code turning my requests into like, it's expanding my request into plans that still reflect what I want, and then it's executing them all back down. Is there anything to learn from that and to replicate or whatever? And then secondly, here's just a flat out open source. If I find, I'm going to find vibes.diy. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I thought they had their own group. So this is just a flat out 500 commits, active, open source vibes front end tool. I glanced at it. I've worked on CouchDB with Chris Anderson, so that's how I knew of this project. Both of us were on the Apache CouchDB project for a while there. And I think I'm almost certain tons of prompts and logic and things like that are in here as well. System prompts and these sorts of things. And then I know exactly what I want to do for as an exercise and to teach myself this and to just kind of get in the trenches, in the mud, more, get all this in my working, memory, which is, I don't know if I see the UI in here. I want to build like a PR, which says, are we chatting about the website I want to build, or are we building the website I want to build? Precisely what I was just describing. Was it here? Yeah. If I build an agent that can ask, hey, what are you trying to do? And what constitutes valid and invalid, like conversation or results or information, from this conversation. I want to take that and put it in vibes.diy just as a experiment to say, okay, rather than, so this is one I made. Let me see if I can just go back. Whoops. Come here, vibes.diy. This is one I made on the website. I think they use them in school, like schools can, run their own, local clusters or whatever. So, you see this chat here? I'm thinking about some kind of chat with me versus publish. I might glance and go look at what's the kind of intuitive state of the art out there in terms of UI. It might be built in where I'm like, yep, you got it. And it says, oh, well, if you say I got it, I think this is kind of how Claude Code is working. That's effectively a publish command, implicit in that language from the user is the implication that if I want to see you build that now, or it could just be an explicit, publish versus chat button. Let's go see what what others are doing. And so then structurally, vibes.diy, where's the, I was sort of thinking maybe this whole thing could be a totally open source stack where it's open hands doing the implementation. It's, it's a stack of open source. And so then maybe vibes.diy builds front ends. Yeah, here we go. If I look at the architecture, maybe vibes.diy is an MCP, tool accessible to Claude Code. Just do a cheeky audio check because I'm paranoid. Whole thing could be. Yep, I think it's good. So, and then maybe that's how you build front ends. I think it'd be a fun experiment because the experiment would sort of succeed whether or not that is a good way to build full stack applications. It would either be great, pulling in an open source project that just does web vibes coding is a great way to break apart and decompose the broader challenge of vibes, vibes tech ops, vibes CTO, right? Or it's like, oh my gosh, then you lose coherence and there's too many, too much separation. And maybe the answer is no, it doesn't help to have like a vibe coder as a component or as a part with a vibe ops tool, or vibe DevOps tool. So either way, that's like good information. That's like good, really good, hard, experience to kind of lay out and prove. So that's neat. So these are the reasons I want to get into vibes.diy, the source code, and like make it chat like that. So that's sort of the plan. That's the two exciting things. I want to learn this call AI, which vibes.diy uses. I glanced at it, like, is this good? Schema? So this, this overlaps with some things that I've been looking into. On the other hand, this is it, let's see, GitHub. I want to say this is both front end. This runs in a browser and also Node.js. I would just guess because it's a simple helper. Away call AI. This looks like backend, right? If the API keys on this, I mean, it could be a token of some sort, but here we go. Schema validation. This is cool, open router. So I know this is like the LLM layer of vibes.diy. This is another open source project. Oh, answered my question. Wonderful. Thank you. So cool. Oh, by the way, today, as I'm recording this, gosh, like Anthropic released a new one and OpenAI released open source ones. And so then we're getting back into one of my dog food projects was consuming video or other sorts of content into a open source language model. I was thinking of like Florence too, as it were, a small language model, but now there's some OpenAI open source ones. So could try that in like a comfy UI workflow and see what kind of cool stuff this thing can do. My thought is like, if this thing's pair programming, maybe like the way engineers work in the future is this thing's constantly, as it were, like, screen recording them and audio for that matter. I mean, it's completely hypothetical, theoretical, but that's part of why I'm videoing all this. Is the thought is soon that thing can more or less be listening to me and seeing my screen. I mean, I could literally build that in the dog food project. But also there's a bit of kind of tech stack or whatever, if you like, where I can just sort of shout at it and have it respond rather than like, oh, it follows. If you trigger it, it'll do a pull request or something. It's far more responsive to kind of natural human behavior, which is like just sort of saying things that need to be done in real time. So that's I think like possibly like that'll just be how Xcode works in a few years. It'll just constantly listen to you and look at you and look at the screen all at the same time and look at your build, on your phone and so on, your simulator, whatever. The language models kind of prove that it can have as a base competency. And again, it's a real-time system. It's not a quality system. It's guaranteed results in 60 seconds. But that's the core language models. And to a large extent, it's just kind of the plumbing and piping up everything I just described. Okay, so that's why this is all awesome. Look, 200 commits just to Claude. So this is like a young, little tool. Okay. Claude. Let me just quickly. So I'll do, this was it, Meta GPT. This was it. 6,000 commits, massive history. I can't remember. I think it goes back some years. Let me see. Like the initial commit, I think is many years ago or some years ago. Oh, I could just clone it and find it that way. That'd be the fastest way. Let's just clone it real quick. Whoops. Come here, code. I may have cloned it already. I don't even remember. Oh yeah, let's click me off. How do I do that? How do I turn that preview off? Stop previewing. There it is. Cool. And what do I want? Terminal. What is it? MetaGPT? MetaGPT, don't have it. Yeah. So let's clone that and just look at it. I know my command line tools. I don't know how to use GitHub so much. Come on, Schwartz. Okay. Boom. Init project. 2 years. Not bad. Not bad. 2 years. Read me, read me, read me. I love you. Yes. Read me, read me, read me. Yeah. Good, good, good. Cool, cool, cool. Azure TTS. Nice. Okay. Eco. Okay. Optimized. Oh, so they're doing Docker 2 years ago. Okay, cool. Anthropic API 2 years ago. Cool. Your commit message. Love it. Okay, cool. So then we're up here, back at the top, 5 weeks ago in Maine. There may be. Yeah, there's a bunch of branches. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. So this is interesting because one of my theories is, and then yeah, mgx.dev. It's not, I don't know what I think about this site. If it's just hosted MetaGPT, that's awesome. If it's more than that, like there's an app world. So I wasn't, I'm going to follow up on this later is the point. So let me close this. But the open source project is like rocking and rolling. So, now look, PR 1786. So, this is definitely worth looking into. And I had this sort of philosophy that that modeling agents like humans is not the ideal, is not optimal. But it's a bit of a hypothesis. The point of this is to prove or disprove that. There could also be external value, like, I don't even know, like if this thing, like it's, the thing about an architect is you have to give them health insurance and things like what Americans do, you know, and like you have to give them time to sleep and time to, it's just not clear to me that, and it's not, you know, like, I don't know. I mean, another variable in here is, you know, these, a lot of these models are, what do they call a mixture of experts models. So I suppose all of these fall into the same expert, but maybe they don't. Certainly, like, right, I don't know. It's not because of this mixture of experts, and then also because how so easy it is to change the context for any, you know, agent. I wonder if, you know, there's a better network, there's a better model than the way humans do it because of, for all sorts of reasons. And meanwhile, these people have 6,000 commits, like proving out, you know, this multi-agent software company. So these one-line requirements converted into user stories, this is 100%. Look, competitive analysis. This is 100% the sort of thinking, the sort of logic, the sort of execution, the sort of business logic that I've been excited about. So totally awesome. Python 3.9. I don't want to read the code. I just want to write it down is the point. So let's just write it down. MetaGPT. It kind of has like a 2000, it almost has like a retro almost name, GPT. Okay, where is my, let's just edit the README here and write it down. If I haven't already, Meta GPT. Yeah, fine. So let's just throw a to-do in there or something like that. Confirm whether CC, let me just throw in, yeah, just a thought randomly on the whiteboard. Meta GPT. Right, that's it. Looks like it has, like, what am I trying to say? It has, like overlap and working code. Okay, good enough. So that's MetaGPT captured. And close it. I'll try to use my mouse so I can watch. That was my history. I couldn't find MetaGPT. Copilot Kit. Right, Copilot Kit is on the stage today for sure. Use any LLM. Man, I really want to run that open source local one. There's some other good ones though, just because OpenAI's got a reputation, but there's a ton of really good open source language models. You can fine tune it. You can, I wouldn't be surprised if you can apply a LoRa to it or other fine tunings. Whew, could be good. And then if the techniques of fine tuning like apply the same techniques that I learned on Microsoft Florence too, apply to fine tuning this, I think like fine tunings, I mean, what I've learned is fine tuning from the open source world is far more developed, and certainly there's way more like experience and expertise now in terms of total headcount, because anyone can fine tune. It was like the stable diffusion models and a lot of the visual models, you know, fine tune it to make a character look a certain way and this sort of thing. There's so much work on that. I think that's really exciting. Previously, fine tuning is like, from a DevOps perspective, it's really simple in principle to fine tune a model, but it's really a lot of work on the ops side to kind of make it applicable and useful anywhere you might need it. And the answer always changes depending on your cloud vendor and your fine tuning procedure and these sorts of things. And so as usual with open source, it's like all that is clear, crystal clear on day one. The license is clear. How are we going to use this is clear. What's less clear is like, could we get support for this, right? But like, how are we going to get this on an Android phone or in our data center or whatever is a completely trivial question. That's so awesome. I would say that's the hugest value of open source in my entire career. It's clarity of how like operational clarity from licensing all the way up through deployment. Okay. Copilot Kit's on the chopping board. Let's keep this LLM. What's 576? Instructor. Structured outputs for LLM. So I think I don't need this. I think instructor's built into tons of stuff now. I don't remember why I'm reading about instructor. Structured outputs for LLMs. Let me just write it down on the whiteboard. That's fine. Where are we doing here? Instructor. Yeah, let's just write that down. I don't mind. Instructor. Did I copy? Nope. Go get it. Where would it go? Instructor. Switch back over. Come on, Schwartz. There it is. I'll put 4 LMs. Overlap with the other ones like Pydantic and others. I bet it does. Don't care. Okay. Off we go. Instructor. Done. Task decomposition. I'm going to keep this up. Maybe in a moment, I'm going to need to think about AutoGen versus LangGraph. I'm going to have to kind of pick something. It's not, Copilot Kit may also have its thing. And then the one that so the one that I've already implemented is browser use. Where is my dang? Claudey. The one I've implemented is the browser use, because this here is real working code. So does it do agents? To what extent? Like, obviously it's a great tool for interacting with a browser. But if I say, well, I've got this other Python tool or like even worse, JavaScript, you know, browser use is, well, browser uses Docker. But anyway, that's a question to answer. Is browser, does browser use connect into here? Is it just choosing agents? Okay, let me keep going. Okay, and so what is this? 11 commits. I think I read this already. Decomposition. I guess I'll keep it up. Yeah, I might want to read the code here. Yeah, let me keep this. I'm going to change my README. Where's some more like to do alternative project names? Decomposition. Yeah, let's just write some links, prompt sharing. Don't care. What am I searching for? Outlining. Skeletonized outline. Right. Close vibes. There's Claude. There's my task decomposition thing. More repository search. We're looking for task decomposition. This one, what is this? Mara1 1805. Just captured that. Yes. Close it. I'll just copy this and keep going. I don't care. Off we go. Good. Editor. Okay. Do I care about anything else? Hierarchical. Yeah, let me just click around. Cosmos AI. You know what I'm finding? As a developer, I want a nice, clear name, you know, like LLM task decomposition. That's pretty cool. Cosmos, like now I got to go read. This is like a flashy, you know, kind of cheeky name. And now I got extra work as a developer or an architect or whatever to go and see, well, you know, it matched my search for a reason. So now I have to go look. This is cool. There's a ton of, so task decomposition is definitely project manager. Cool. Okay, let's just, let's actually copy the whole like search. Right? Done. Love it. What else? Let's just start capturing things. Okay, I'm done for now. Hierarchical planning. This is cool. 2-layer planning, multimodal. Okay, cool. Keep it in. Next. Arash. Yutang. Evaluation. Ooh, whoa. Oh, that's cool. You know what I'm going to do? Just for fun? I'm going to ask Claude. I bet Claude can read all that code that I can't. Or the like language. Let's just clone that real quick. Oops. There it is. LM. Claude. So let's like slash init. And I want to see. And then we'll click it into planning mode basically. I'm not sure if writing the Claude.in or Claude.md and then just asking one question helps. Or maybe it's just gonna do this more or less, especially for this project with one file. Not too many tokens, I'm fine. Thanks. And then is this UI? Is this like a UI framework? It is, right? Okay. Yeah, shift tab, off we go. I see why, okay. Okay, whatever. All right. Right, it doesn't really tell me, so let me just ask it. What the heck are we looking at? Evaluation? Right, it's a prompt. I wonder if it's, what is it? That's cool. Yeah. This system is for evaluating Chinese text style rewriting tasks, comparing how well different models can rewrite text to match a specific author's writing style. Wow. Okay. That's cool. I don't want it. Neat. Could I have figured that out? I doubt it. I don't think I could have figured that out from glancing at the code. No, I think a lot of it's in the prompts. Very cool. Very cool. Thank you, Claude Code. Thank you, the future. We're done. It's a little time consuming. I don't know if I can do that every time, but pretty neat. Delegate, modular, task decomposition, and delegation. Whoa, 22 commits. Cool. So it's more of an idea than a, very cool. Let's just copy and move on. Off we go. Delegant. I kind of like that name. Is it like delegate agent? Delegent. Oh, is it like gent? Like ladies and gents? Auto PM. Yeah, let's definitely just copy and paste this without even reading. Oh, 2 commits. Well, how much code? Did someone work for months? And check in. Let's see, where's the like Yeah, where's the next? Okay, back into the source. I think sidebar, I don't really care, do I? Don't think I care. Uh-oh, someone using, this has got to be LLM generated code, huh? All right. Very cool. Built in SVG. Love it, love it, love it. So what is that? Next links. Don't care about the sidebar. Anything interesting in the types? Yeah. Okay. Cool. Task, milestone, project, user. See, like milestone's another good point. My hypothesis today, and I'm nobody thinking about nothing, but my hypothesis is milestones are like a really like human thing. They're valuable for humans. Like it feels good to hit a milestone. You feel proud of yourself. You feel professional success and growth in these things. All of these things are irrelevant to an LLM. And then if I think like, what does Claude Code do? I mean, maybe there's milestones, but they're like smaller scale. I think you would just call them a to-do list, you know? So this, so I don't know what like, I'd love to learn whether I'm right or wrong, what turns out to be kind of helpful, because what I've already learned now is there's just very little infrastructure and like code and approach and techniques for building these things. I feel like it's like the pre-CI/CD days, you know, like there was a day when continuous development or continuous integration, I want to say it was development. Continuous development. I feel like continuous development became a thing, and then continuous integration became a thing, and then they called it CI/CD. I feel like that's the historical, like, the history there. But like that was invented more. I'm sure it existed in spirit, but as a professional like standard that like rolled out one year, CI/CD, and people deployed, like there were basically site reliability engineers for years and decades before that. They just kind of didn't consolidate and gel on CI/CD. And I think exactly the same thing will happen with these agents. And today it doesn't exist. So there's like this huge space of technology that we can't even really, most of us can't basically imagine. And like, will these agents run little org charts and have milestones or not is a part of that. Let's get out of auto PM though, because I think this is, I mean, if it's 2 commits, let's keep going. Okay. I'm just gonna copy this, take it. We're done with that. This one I think I already got, Marawan 1805. Yep, got. Okay, done. So now we're on Copilot Kit. Okay, so these are just some more notes. All right, so one of our 3 tasks is done. We've captured and caught up with everything. The next task is build an agent that can chat with you. I kind of want to start here. Oh, I thought I had was, let's move forward with decorator syntax. I know exactly what I want to do. Let's move forward. But also, again, inspired by the like comfy UI and open source model world, I want positive clip and negative clip, right? I want positive like validation and negative validation, because this is not like black, white, pass, fail. I think that'll be super useful. In addition to, what am I trying to say? In addition to saying like, in addition to validators, to say what the answer should look like, let me also have like negative hints to explicitly say should not look like. This way we can capture, like this should be, I'll tell it, this should, for guardrails, this should be used for like maximum safety and guardrails with just a bit of unsuitable topics, unsuitable. I wonder why. I mean, I'm gonna keep going. Yeah, unsuitable topics, like unsuitable subject. Oh, that's a good thing. We could be like, well, I'll build you anything you want as long as it has nothing to do with this individual. What's that thing like the BBC is banned from talking about this one specific family? Like that. Like we can do anything we want, but we won't talk about that. This is perfect. Maybe a specific use case that is like off, like, you know, like unsuitable topics, unsuitable subject, whatever. Let's just let it go. Okay. Just caffeinate. This excellent idea thing drives me. If a human did that, I'd be like, I don't trust you. It's a real-time system. Reject. Yeah. That's interesting. What the heck is an operational context? That's a lot to type. Oh, neat. So now the decorators are getting so huge, I wonder if there should be other syntactic sugar. Like this is not looking like syntactic sugar anymore. This is looking like a massive, this is looking like a massive, list of, this just look like a massive list of prompts. Okay. Yeah. Cause you could do, like, wouldn't there be some way to squeeze in, what am I trying to say? Python, doc strings. And then in Python in general, like a string as just an expression is valid syntax. It doesn't do anything, if I recall correctly. Because I think like every statement evaluates. No, it doesn't. Does an assignment statement evaluate to an expression? No, it doesn't. That would be C and all them. But anyway, right, exactly. Gambling, adult content, illegal services. Avoid vague Uber for X. Interesting. I mean, this is how the open source models work for sure. There's your basic. I mean, even the right, the field is like the name, let's say, and then there's positive, and then there's negative. Right. Include clear target demographics. That's cool. Should it say must? Like, I wonder if I should even steal the language. What was that cool testing framework that was all like, okay, reject if, conditional rejections based on content, negative hints about what should not. Oh, whoa, reject if? That's kind of cool. Positive assertions about what the answer must include. Awesome. Soft reject, hard reject. Cool. No illegal activities. Okay, I can already think of some things I want to change. Okay. So the strings should not say no or must have. They should be just the predicates. Reject illegal activities in the like UAE, right? And the problem with illegal activities, I've worked with this at work. Do not ask an LLM what's legal. I did it in the context of Saudi Arabia, and like the definition of next of kin is different in that legal system. And these models are trained on who knows what, but probably a lot of English and Western kind of ideas. They're a little bit, I mean, it would just get it wrong saying, oh, next of kin works this way. And we had to prompt it in there and context it in there to make it recognize this, this kind of different legal structure. So anyway, jumping way ahead, whatever, reject, yeah, illegal activities, illegal activity, this is shorter and avoids like awkward or like unclear double negatives. Reject no illegal activity might mean, yeah, might. I think it understands. Okay. I thought of some other stuff too. So I want to say reject illegal activity, reject harmful, reject if. I kind of like this, but what's the difference? Oh, also, validate is what the answer must include. So all validate decorators must pass. Right. It's an all, not an any, or I don't know about this should. Or how about just at must, right? Is it at validate? Let's just call it at must. Validate changes to must, indicating what the answer must include. So all at must decorators must pass. Yeah, what does it mean to say validate? Yeah. Negative hints about should not and conditional based on content analysis. What's the soft reject for warnings? Hard reject for full stops? No, let's not get clever on soft and hard. It's not clear to me that the action to take from a soft reject or a hard reject is different. Let's keep it simple there. No severity levels. What else do we want? Declarative guardrails. Conditional rejections. I don't see, are there any examples of that rejective? Right. I like reject. And then I think the agent, almost said AI. I don't want to, that's the only word I don't want to say. It's the only word I'm embarrassed to say. The agent, I think handles, if I say like, here's my idea, and it says, nope, that's illegal in the United Arab Emirates. And I say, oh, the scope is we're only doing it in Iceland or whatever, I say, oh, well, then you pass. So if I just change that location in principle, it reuses my answer. Whereas if I say we're going to do illegal activity, and then it says, nope, that's actually not allowed. And then I say, oh, okay, well, instead we're going to do legal activities such as, I don't know, dog food, it can completely change the answer. I think all that's built into the agent, into the conversation flow, the LLMs pulling that out of the conversation and doing what's appropriate there. So what else do we need? Minimum safety levels. I want to keep it simple. So there's just must and there's reject. I don't see reject if. Oh, wait, what? Reject if. So there's a lambda. Oh, no. That's cool. That's basically an optimization because you could run like a small language model or a large language model locally or whatever you want and get basically the same thing. So no. It's all going to use the language model. The optimization would be, I definitely think the day's coming when many sizes of models and speeds of models are in use constantly. That'll actually be a bit of a different kind of challenge that engineers my age never had to think about. There was never like a range of software quality where like one was good. Like it was always like it runs on Windows, or the nature of the entire system was that there would be these massive consolidations to these winners of platforms, or Microsoft, or Linux, and so forth. But now there's going to be like many models, and then different models. It's so like catching crypto as a small language model could do that. Um, and it'll just be cheaper to kind of run it. I think that optimization will pay dividends in real money, to not to use the big large language models. And then also on UI UX, the large ones are slower. So that'll be exciting to see. That's another thing I think the Kubernetes for agents, it would have to solve. Are we soft rejecting? No. What's a preset bundle? Oh, cool. Whoa, let's do that. What is safe gather? What's standard safety rules? This is cool. I could look these up because we're getting into guardrails now. We're getting into guardrails. Guardrails is a big one where every language model kind of has a different API for you. So there could be a headache if I want to use the OpenAI guardrails API, you know, or a local llama. That's going to be different implementation. Unless one of the like Open Router, it has got that. I can check. Basically, I want to put presets in the to do. Or yeah, let's take some presets. Includes all standard safety rules. Yeah, let's keep all those presets. Okay. They should just be predicates. Example, reject illegal activity. This is shorter and it was awkward or unclear. I mean, God, if this were Ruby, it'd be so like nice. Okay, double negatives. Right. I don't want double negatives. I don't want to say reject no illegal activity. How about just at good and at bad? No. At pass and at fail. Reject. Yeah, how about pass and fail? Or must. I like must. Because then there's like may. Uh-huh. So let's change that to must. And then what was it? Must and reject. Idiomatic. Let's try that. All right, let's see what it says. Oh my God, thank you. I'm so glad it was a good idea. I was nervous. I was worried that you would tell me it was a bad idea, Claude Opus. I was worried you would tell me that I'm not I'm not a genius. Okay. So what is this? At gather. Kinda. Could be a doc string here. Although if I wanted to like do this, something I think also is going to be coming in the future, maybe this could be an experiment. Let me actually write this down maybe. Yeah, I'm going to write this down. Another experiment is just publish the same API in like multiple languages, or, the big ones, whatever that looks like. I think Claude Code and other related tools could really help there for like open source developers or open source projects. That seems way in the possible experiments. Yeah, side goals. Okay, and then let me just put it at the end, or let me just put it in a. Yeah, it's an experiment. It's an experiment. Publish a framework in multiple languages. Example, TypeScript and Python for sure. I would go Python, TypeScript, or TypeScript, Python. Actually, it doesn't matter. And then like plus one more. What would I do if I could do another one? If it's Python, C# maybe. TypeScript is going to be on the Microsoft platforms. What would I do? Let's just stop there. Let's see. Oh, like find another. third language. Other big tools or whatever. Okay, cool. I think that should just be table stakes now, or open source repos. Not all of them all the time, but like to a large extent should just say, yeah, we publish in, like Ruby and Python kind of could be at parity in in many ways. And it might not be idiomatic and perfect, but it's like all the unit tests pass, so that's super valuable to me as a consumer. Okay. Now, where do we end up on this thing? Right. Wait, did it change it out from under my nose? Okay, alternative options. Forbid, exclude, without shun. Shun. Okay. Not underscore. Yeah, let's not do not. So why avoid works? Well, wait, avoid, must, and avoid. Oh, so it was reject. That's decent. Reject. Reject vague answers. I think I like reject better than avoid. Avoid sounds like may. Yeah. No illegal, no harmful, 3 presets, right? And that's going to be easy to implement. That's super easy to implement. Avoid pairs with must. No, I think avoid pairs with may. Reject means okay, we're going back with reject. Forbid. Ooh. Exclude without shun. Weird. Forbid. It's reject. It's reject. That's like a clear. It would be reject, must, and reject. Let's go with must. Okay. Okay. Startup idea, revenue model. So what is this concept? Right. Now, because they're all strings, it's only strings. Make it not as the user. And in fact, can we improve the at field situation? Couldn't that be either in a doc string? The problem is the field is the like unique ID, right? Yes, the field is like the ID. Okay, I want to see. Have you got any more? Like, what would Ruby look like? Oh, I want to see doc strings instead as a possibility. I wonder about other like what would I say, like other attributes in the class to break up the long list of what is it, decorators? All right, let's see. I think we might hit diminishing returns. Do audio check since I'm paranoid. All right, what are you writing for me? Operational context. Oh no. Oh no. No, no, no. But oh no. No, no. That's real-time code. Real-time code. I love it. I love my real-time code. This is not the code I want, but it was delivered in real time. This is awesome. Okay, startup. Neat. Oh, there you go. That's kind of cooler. Option 2, option 1. Yeah. Option 1, docstring based. No. That's insane. And that's also not a docstring. That's a triple quote string. That's not the same as a docstring. But whatever. Okay. Operational context That's the doc string. I'm going to write it myself. Can I write it myself? Can I edit this? Okay. MVP must, MVP reject. No, 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 no. Okay. Option 3, nested class. Yeah. Class, operational context. I just literally need any decorator. Okay, must equals, reject equals, okay, so it's just lists. I feel like the decorator is kind of more Pythonic. It read better. I don't like this. This looks more line noisy. Must equals something, reject equals something, no. I like the decorators. Okay, option 4, dictionary, no. Cool, but no, or not cool. MVP, description, nah. There's a little awkwardness that this ID needs to be like a programming language identifier name. It needs to be like a variable name, that kind of thing. But that's just not going to work for humans. So there's like kind of 2 IDs, and they have to. All right, what else? Option 5, minimal. Field, your startup concept. Oh, field. That's kind of cool. Option 5. Option 6, multi-line strings with embedded. No, that's just going to be too hard to. I don't want that. I want my syntax highlighter to show me. Okay. Using annotations without types. Whoa. Whoa. Okay. Yes. Yes. Hybrid. Yes. I think this is right. Must, 2 weeks achievable, MVP. What should. Oh, they map it to some weird string. That's really cool. Does that, that's valid syntax? Okay. I like that. I like that. It's still not clear to me why am I adding a class rather than inheriting, subclassing. I guess I could ask it. What else do we have? Section-based organization. No. I mean, just look at the syntax highlighting. Like, this is better for a human, which humans will write this, right? I mean, or humans will evaluate the this is going to be key. This is important that humans. It's that rare bit of code that it's still important that humans read it clearly. Nope. Option 10, most minimal, just dict subclasses, right? Class startup, rules, no. Option 11, pure doc string, cool, cool, cool. Option 12, please. Okay, well, okay. I like option 8. Oh, okay. We're going with option 8. Hybrid with doc string and simple decorators. So, let me just paste in what. From the notebook, I think. So there it is. Whoops, is that right? No. Oh no. Wait, really? Yeah. Oh wow, that doesn't keep. I gotta do it myself. All right. Good. All right, good. I'm learning my code base. I love that. Your business concept and users. And then there's another one, 2-week achievable MVP. That's really cool. But and then budget, right? You said is no validation rules. Let's just say, right? Needed. I'll just okay. Oh, there it is. One more. Okay, that's close enough. So startup requirements gathering. I think the doc string, let me think. I think the doc string might want to be like a massive prompt. Let me think. Or maybe would I actually initialize it as an object? I'm going to say no. The cool thing about Pydantic AI is, You just define some classes and you get some objects back. It's simple. There's not a lot of moving parts. You just say this is that's a bad example. Yeah, support output, advice or whatever. You say what you want. I want an output thing, and it's just returned to you at some point. Where's it like returned back? There you go. Result dot output. Wait, support device. What is the result dot output? I know that's gonna be it. What is my balance? Result dot output. Support agent dot run. I just lost my card. I think output is this object. This. Oh, it's got to be this support object. This support. Yeah, an output has to be this support. Output type. Okay, so it's provided by this agent API. Oh, is that their API? Must be. Of course it is. Okay, cool. So then I like that. I like how you're just sort of declaring what you want, and then the agent is providing it. I plan to use this to implement my own. I'm still in denial that this needs to be written, but just gonna have to, grieve. I'm just gonna have to grieve. I'm just gonna have to get through my stages of grief. So let me maybe ask it. Advantages. And is it an at gather decorator versus subclassing, right? Next question. Also, what syntactically a property to have property colon string concept I thought the string was a type, right? How are you getting away? Okay, fine. What else? MVP, what ships first? 2-week achievable, must. Okay, available funding. How are you getting away with this? Okay, any other questions? There's the budget. I love that. I hope that's not like, I hope that's valid syntax. I assume it is. That's awesome. Oh, final question. Should the docstring have a title and then optional follow-up lines of explaining of a kind of system prompt or additional context? So there I could write a detailed explanation of what I need. Let's do that. Let's move forward. All right. Option 8. That's so cool. Option 8 was good. It was 7 bad options, 1 good one, and then like 5 more bad ones. And it was real time. All right, here we go. All right. Clean syntax feels like a DSL. Okay. Oh, do I want to decorate any class? I guess I can. Subclassing advantages, IDE, yeah, that's a good point. Autocomplete and type checking, don't really care though. Method inheritance, oh right. Do I want people to override my type? Do I want people to override or my methods gather and validate and stuff? No. Is instance. Oh, if something is gatherable. Right, of course. I mean, that's the same thing as, I mean, yeah, that's what inheritance means is instance passes, right? Less magic. Class startup, gatherer. The property string. Type annotation, I knew that. Oh, it is. Oh, no kidding. Wait, Python stores these in the annotation stick. The string after call can be any expression. Python doesn't validate it. Nice. Okay, I love it. I love it. That's definitely cool. Yeah, it's a bit of a hack. It's definitely a bit of a hack. Thank you for a bit of a hack. I love a bit of a hack. I'm a bit of a hack. Okay. Oh, I'm glad you're excited. Okay. Gather. Wonderful. Yeah, I know it's going to be easy to implement. Okay, enhanced doc strings. Decorator is cleaner and more flexible, but subclassing gives IDE. It's a good point. If it were a subclass, I don't think in is instance, I don't think people would care. You could also there's other ways to check. It just wouldn't be is instance. Is it an instance of a gatherer? I mean, you can do duck typing, right? Easy. You meaning all developers using this package. Less magic. It's explicit about what the class does. And then inheritance. Do I want to let implementers override validate? I'm going to say no. Or let's think. At gather, class startup, clean syntax, feels like a DSL. That is, I kind of persuaded. No inheritance needed. Do I want to decorate any class? Like, that's not valuable at all because these are like bizarre classes. In fact, like, no. You could have other objects in here. You just have to identify like this budget mapping to a weird string. You know, everything else is decorated. Let me think. So this decorator is going to receive this class definition immediately after, basically after this line like executes or evaluates, right? And then it's going to say, oh, the class is done. Ooh, that was nice. The, the class is done. Stop. What are you doing? The class is done. Now we got to decorate it. And decorate just means pass it to a function. And so off it goes. So that budget could quickly be. So if I had like int types and other things, the only thing would be is just, I know, I know. Right. Or what about other string objects? What about other string types? I know exactly what I want. Okay. Thank you. I know exactly what I want. So yes, thank you. The property string thing, I totally love it. Enhanced doc strings gather. Okay. Yes, totally. Let's not wait. Remember key principles. Focus on what matters and avoid common pitfalls. Oh, that's not a bad idea in terms of that's like kind of getting into sort of, I don't know the language, like the system prompt, as it were. There's like layers of prompts on prompts on prompts now. So system just means the zeroth. I don't know, but I totally like that. Okay, I got to start writing down before I forget these ideas. So, I want, remember, focus on, avoid as explicit decorators. Can this guides the behavior, the tone of voice of the agent. Agent hints, right? Yeah, these can be lightweight. These can be lightweight. Yeah, these can be lightweight. So that's interesting. So passing and failing validation means like the information communicated is or is not uh like complete and valid, you know? but there's a different kind of way of thinking, which is roughly how is the agent acting. I mean, I could definitely hard code in there effectively, like, oh, you're like a professional CTO or whatever. You could also put, doc strings, but I kind of like a quick little um, decorator. Remember, focus on it as explicit decorators. Common light decorators that would helpfully make an agent match the voice and UX any developers might want. Okay, and then what else? There was another thing I wanted to say. Okay, must MVP. I might have to go back and watch my own YouTube video if I can't remember. Okay, what are we gathering? What are we gathering? Okay, it was this. It was the field name. Syntax trick. Enhanced doc string. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, right. It was explicit. There, I remember. There must be a way to explicitly. Okay, and now because let's do decorators. Okay, number 2. Because we can now decorate any class, potentially any string field, right? What do they call them? Field, property, get attribute might be in or out of scope, right? Let's have a decorator mark a string property. I'm using as in scope for gathering or explicitly out of, and one for explicitly not in scope, right? So that was that. So then that's how budget could work. Budget is available funding. The thought was any string. Oh, and also, I think we need one more thing. Must. Right. Finally, we need a way to support string properties which are not using our syntactic sugar, right? Of, prop, colon, some description. So we need a decorator. Oh, actually, I know. Let's have a decorator to explicitly mark up in scope for gathering. This will also apply to props not using our syntactic sugar. Perfect. So that kills 2 birds with 1 stone. And we also need, okay. And I don't think, go. Love it, love it, love it. I have never developed an API this way in my life, not from scratch. I did one that was really, really fun in Ruby the other day, and that's what made me try to think to do this. Okay, remember, focus on, avoid. Okay. I want to change remember to voice. Remember, or advice, or character, or constitution. I don't want to get too cheeky though. I think this backstory thing with Crew AI is kind of got a little backlash. Developers kind of rolling their eyes. They're like, if I wanted to play Dungeons and Dragons, I would just play Dungeons and Dragons. I don't want to write backstories. All right, practical solution. That's cool though. I like this focus on. I think that's helpful. It's not. I think that's kind of helpful. Avoid academic or technical language. Yes. Uh-huh. Okay, avoid. Okay, I'm not gonna, I mean, scope expansion is the name of the game for my use case, but cool. I think I kind of like it. Now, oh, I have to do that. I have to. I have to decorate that class. There's nothing interesting at the bottom. No, I guess not. Not if I don't want to like take some properties or something. Right. I like it. I think I like it. Remember, users are busy founders. So instead of remember, I think I'm gonna change that. Perfect. Yes. Tone and style. Tone, friendly. Style, conversation. What's the difference between a tone and a style? Friendly, professional, store. Conversational, interview, conversation. Pace, quick, tone and style, mode. No, I want it all language based. I don't want to capture too much in the syntax. I want it all in the language. So remember and focus on is, I think, redundant. Ye, remember, right. Okay, let's consolidate. Focus on to, what would it be? I could ask it, but then it's going to give me ideas. I'm sick of going around. Consolidate, remember, and focus on to, uh, what, like voice? Let me just say voice. Voice. Or I mean, context is just no longer available for any. I think Rails was the last big project that got to use the word context the way they want to, and now it's gone forever. And focus on, consolidate at remember and focus on to, is it? No. N- no, I like it. Let's just rename them more clearly. The context about your user, like information about, like important information about your users, like situation, right? And important information about your, like, respect. Maybe like, so at user, remember, perfect is the enemy of done. Hmm. Perfect is the enemy of the done. Perfect is the enemy of done is not an at remember. At, right. Let's just, instead of rename, it's going to be change. Remember, no at avoid, right? Or do we want avoid? I think we do want avoid. Yeah, we want avoid. Kind of like the must and, what was it? Must and can't. That's so cool. That's decent. For Python, that's good. That's good syntax sugar for Python, for sure. That's great. Where was that? Must. We had some like at must, wait, at include? Oh, cool. Uh-huh, uh-huh. It should be at get. I would call it at get or at gather. Could it be at gather also? Oh, so there could be gather and like, I mean, that could work. You're going to be getting a property object, right? You're going to be passed in some sort of Python like abstract property object or something like that. I'm almost certain you could. Um, let's just keep gather, include, and exclude. Or how about just do gather and no gather? At do gather and at no gather. At gather, include. Let's keep include and exclude. Whatever. I'm fine with it. Okay. Where else were we? Remember to instead cover, right, remember and focus on to instead cover important information about your user and important information about you, the agent, respectively. Avoid is decent. Or wait, is avoid good? No, no, avoid should fold into um so it could say remember, avoid. Yeah. Think. Do I want it to like map? We had must, at must, and then it was at reject and at reject, right? It was at must and at reject. Is it even still in here? Is this thing starting to forget good ideas it told me? At field. Whoa. Oh, we have more options to look through. I didn't notice. Okay, core behavior. Okay, at must, at must. Tone and style decorators. Oh, yeah. Gather. Tone, friend. I don't like this. I don't like that at all. Tone, style, pace. I don't like that. That all should fold into pace. Encouraging, skeptical, curious, cool, empathetic, nope. Mode, pace, mode, all that stuff. What else? Depth, nope. Add gather user profile. User information gathering. So, okay, inclusion and exclusion. At include, at must, right. At include, at must. Okay, and then also though, so is optional if there is a at must or at reject decorator, right? And then exclude, at exclude is only needed for properties that map to a type of a double string, or like hack, which I think maybe almost never. Right. If we're hacking, then it would. Okay. What else do I think? Shorthand field. Don't like that. Don't like that. Don't like that. Combining behavioral hints. Gather. Playful, practical. Okay. Include, reject. We're almost done. Patient with, impatient with. No, I don't want to. No, that's hilarious. You could almost just like pass these to the LLM like that, literally, and it would DTRT, right? Okay, improve. What are we doing? Dynamic voice based on the industry. Formal if, casual if, cool. Nope. Conversational flow decorators. Start with, end with. That's kind of cool, but that's actually not. I feel like end with, like in real life, no, I don't want it to quote a string back without. No, we can have a decorator maybe. That's an interesting question of like when this thing is, how do you sort of lock in all those confirmations, and does it like review with you or whatever? But I don't think I care at the moment. This is enough scope already. This is like a, yeah. Okay, at tone, at remember. Okay, so let me just write an example. I might be done iterating because I already write. Where's my dang feedback that I wrote? Enhanced doc string. Wait, what now? At gather decorator versus, oh yeah, we did that already. Where was my, wait, what? This creates a much richer context, enhanced doc strings, right? Don't care. Where was my dang feedback? Oh, here we are. Wait, where was my, I wrote some code. Where's the dang code I wrote? Hold on, close that. Where did I write code? Decorators. Here it is. Here it was. Oh, no, no, no. This is theirs. Oh, maybe I like didn't, maybe I said it and then I didn't do it. Okay, whatever. I don't remember. All right, field. At gather my class. At include name. Gathered. String equals none. Not gathered. Yes, exactly. Mm-hmm. Wonderful. Okay, so then if I find, let me just find my date. It's got to be just literally the, let's do decorators. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. Let's just keep going then. Well, in that case, then let me just send it and let it think. All right. Core decorators, users. Neat. Yeah, or like counterpart or something. User. That's cool. At user and at agent. Yeah, or at user and at you, or at you and at them. Now, user and agent is more kind of explicit. I don't want to address these things as you any more than I have to. I don't like pronouns. I don't like you. I don't like the pronoun you in any case. Okay. Yes. Uh-huh. Must. No decorators equals not gathered. That's fine. User, agent, dig deeper on integration requirements. No, that's a bad example, but that's fine. Skeptical of growth projections? Yeah, I doubt it. Okay, must and market. Cool, cool, cool. Okay. Let's write a real one. First startup. Yeah. This must and this. Oh, look, there's reject. So at gather, at user, at agent, right. And then there was must, there was reject, there was, wasn't there a void? Wasn't a void? I gotta go back and read. What did I like? I thought there was like the quadrants. There was 4 quadrants. There was must, there was reject. Let me go check what I felt about a void. I don't even remember anymore. Natural language. Yes. The string type edge case. Thank you. Good. Exclude. Yeah, exactly. Wonderful. Uh-huh. And maybe a must or a reject. So let me go back. I could swear, let me just think, what did I think about at reject? I didn't like reject if for sure. So then what did I say? Reject if. Right. I said, yeah, I like must versus reject. Okay, well, if I liked it then I'm just going to carry on liking it. Don't know. Great refinements. At must and at avoid. Cleaner than double negative. Why avoid works well. And I said, no, I don't like, okay, yes, Sean. And I said, nope, I like must and reject. Okay, I did then. Reject illegal activities. Yes. Okay, cool. Okay, great. So I'm going to make it update my notebook. What is this random notebook? Rich context with fewer decorators at user. Oh, yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, well, that's fine. That's cool. Yeah. At user. Yeah, all that could work. Uh-huh. Conditional fields without at include needed. Yes. Oh, now what if it says, what if there's no at must? Oh, yeah, that's fine. That's, oh, no, I think I said in the past, there's no such thing as a nullable There's no such thing as a null object. Like either ask the human, right? The string value might be I don't care. Okay, so that would work with no at mod. Okay, okay, so we're good. Edge case at include only. Right, right. Don't care. Okay, this is neat. Now, I just kind of realized something. Okay, I know exactly what I need to do. So here's the next thing. If you decorate it into some source code, it's pretty much hard coded. You certainly don't want to be, or do you? Let me think. Let me ask it. Um, Generating gatherers, right? Dynamically generating or dynamically producing gatherers, right? Suppose I only know my at user and at agent values at runtime from like having, from some data source. Could I just declare could this like approach already work if I just declare classes in like nested scopes with what am I trying to say, with closures, with Python closures? Example, like, at user, you know, at user, users at user, yeah, like something like this, right? F double string, users, age range is, user dot age range, right? Something like that, right? Like website underscore user dot age range, right? Or whatever, like what I was trying to say, like app dot state or app dot, what is it? Session dot user dot age range, right? Something like that. Which is only known after, lots of state is pulled from whatever. I think it knows that. Can we just declare classes like hot inline, like one would do dicts, or should we add like syntax to the XYZ package to help here? Yeah, because you don't want to hard code, mine might, but you don't want to you want people to say, I want this kind of agent, create personalized gatherer. Oh. Python closures already work. Okay, if they already work, then we're good. At gather class personalized gatherer. Okay. And then I assume is gonna like correctly work. These are gonna be different classes every time. Cool. Cool. Is this like the same notebook? Okay, awesome. Python already supports as well, right? Python class already work. Usage, right? Factory function pattern, right? Okay, validations. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Like, what are the validations? Who's the user? What's the, all of that? You would want that to be, okay, at gather. Uh-huh. I'm still not sure if I love this at gather decorator, but, or maybe I just don't like the word gather. How about blather? What do I think? Okay. What do I think? I think that's working. Fully dynamic with type. No. Woo. No, I don't want to write this. Is this the implementation? Dynamic gatherer. Oh, I see. I see what it's doing. Oh, so now I can pass it in or something. Woo. No. Right. Cool. Cool. Whew, wow. Right. Yes. Metaprogramming is possible in Python. Don't want to do it. Okay. What else? Okay. Package helper. A pattern. Nah. No. 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 It's no. It's the first one for sure. Yeah. 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 Define template. Use template. Cool. 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 No. 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 We'll do F strings. We'll do yeah. We'll keep it simple. Dick together. Don't care. That's somewhat interesting. Like here's a JSON object, but that's not in scope at the moment. Like here's a there's all sorts of schemas and stuff that's kind of similar to this, but we don't care. They have to be strings. They can't be nulled. It's a different thing. Conditional fields based on no. Okay, so the answer is we're definitely going with um yes, Python closures is the answer. Okay. All right, so where in the world? Right. 7 versions. Conversational data gathering API. Enhanced hybrid syntax. Must reject. This was the one I liked. I liked this one. Right, and that one didn't need or right, big doc strings, must reject, must MVP, must and budget. Uh-huh. Oh, so then here's the next thing. Could I have a gather? Could I what do they say? Could I remix my gatherer? Because the point is like I wish that I could kick this thing off and say, all right, you're like a tech CEO, And then when the user talks to it, if they say, for example, like, I want you to, change your role with me. I mean, like if it's like even they could say, I want you to stop rejecting illegal content, right? This may be an extreme. This example might be. It's not the double string in the arguments. It's the at reject, right? If they say I want you to stop rejecting, like I want to change the parameters of how this is running, it occurs to me that being open source, in principle, people can already do that. So it may as well kind of make it easy. There's like the easy one, and then the model, or there's like the read only one, or the immutable gatherer and the mutable gatherer. I think that's cool. That's not in scope. That's cool, but that's not in scope. A mutable gatherer. A mutable gatherer, I think, would be really cool. I kind of want to add that to the like backlog or something. Think of 100. Right, guidelines, yeah. Oh, vitamin versus painkiller. This is Damien Katz taught me this. That's who taught me that. I didn't know it was a more broad like startup-y concept. Okay, vitamins versus pain pills. Yep. Focus on workflow problems. Uh-huh. Must reject. Uber for something without doing. I don't think it's a good example, but this is cool. Okay, ROI. This is cool. Technical product, and then there's big double quotes. Oh, I need to go check. What are these triple strings doing? Or maybe I don't use them anymore. Let's go check some more recent code. And I kind of want to. Okay, let's check some more recent code. What's that? That one. So now that we're decorating user, personalized gatherer. Okay, so I guess you either pass a parameter to the at gather decorator. I think let's not. Let's make it the triple string. So when do we want a triple string? When do we want a doc string? Is a docstring different from @user or @agent? Let me look. I was talking about docstrings a bunch. Oh. No. Your business idea. Right, totally. Class startup, class concept. No, we improved on that. Structured docstring. Right, no structured docstring. That's not a thing. There's no such thing as a structured docstring. Not really. There's no such thing as a structured docstring that's easy to check in compile time. That might be a little wrong. I know there's like testing stuff. My recommendation. Right. Maybe I could just ask it. We're at the last question, which is, yeah, when would I want a docstring? And when would I want @user? Okay, I know. Okay. Yeah, let me write it. Let me write my own. Do I even want to write some real code? Let's write some real code. Claudey. Let's just code up some, let's just write some code. All right. I don't know what I want to write, so let's just, whoops, what's going on there? Plan.md. Whoa. Terraform? Whoa, I wrote a big plan. Oh, this is not a real plan. This is a simulated plan. This is a dog food plan or something. Okay, so what do I want? Let me just, usually I do a whiteboard very often on my projects under doc, let's say, usually. Under doc, let's say, or testing. I don't really have anywhere. I just start a whiteboard notebook. Where did that go? Whiteboard. Do I have? Yes, I do. And so what is my, am I using the correct, let's try code import OS. Is it? There we go. Kernel. Right. Definitely. But wait a second, it should be using my virtual environment. I hope it does. Whoa. Yeah, Python environments. There we go. Yes, there it is. Found it. Wonderful. So now we are, yes. Oh, it's sys. Sys.executable, I want to say. Stop it. Oh, yes, we do. No. Hold on. Do I have pip? Oh, is it UV? IPY kernel. Let's try that. All right. What happens here? Save it and reopen. Let's try. Come on, Schwartz. Okay. .vn pip install. Let's just pip install. I don't have pip. So weird. Seems impossible. So then I must have to rebuild my virtual environment to get that pip in there for sure. I don't even remember how I built that virtual environment. Let's see if it's in my history. UVVN, that probably is it. Okay, deactivate .vn. Let's try that. UVVN Python 301. Now, which pip? That's bad. UV. Oh, wait, I did that. IPI kernel. I did that. Whoops. Come on. Yeah. What is that? Browser use? Yeah, I did all that. Okay. Do I just need to restart my kernel? Come on, Schwartz. Running cells. Let's see. This is gonna be bad, right? Right. Right. Let's do this. Teach myself UV later. So pip install IPI, which pip should be right now. Yeah, pip install IPI kernel. And what's the other one? Browser use. Yep. Calm down. What is this? Would you like to create a virtual environment? Of course I do. Let me just not do that. I don't know what it's freaking out about. Oh, and isn't there like a thing of Python? Yeah, I need to select my interpreter. There we go. Can I restart? So if this works, that's DevOps. UV has ostensibly made dev better by making ops harder, because now I got to go learn how to get pip in my UV environment because it's not in there. Okay, which is fine. But okay, so if we, what do we do? Reload it, rerun it. Will that rerun? Okay. Yay! Okay, so then can I import sys.executable or whatever? Exec info? What was it? Yeah. No, that's exception. That's exception. Sys.executable. Boom. Yep. Awesome. Why was I in here? Oh yeah, it doesn't matter. So I was in here to code up my gatherer builder. Starts with simple closures. Right. Oh, final question. Give me some better project names to replace XYZ, developer user base, and to them. Yeah, let's try that. So we're thinking about project names. So like this could be like a spin-off project of Claudey. I can't believe Convo Gather. It's real time. Chat field. I kind of like chat field. That's like not a thing. If I Google chat field, I'm not gonna get anything. Nice. I get, ooh. All right. Well, if we make money, we're moving to chat field. Where the heck is this? Oh, it's in the middle. Oh, it's okay. In the middle of Colorado. Okay. Good. Chat field, talk form, dialogue flow. That's kind of cool. Oh, is that a thing? Google dialogue flow. What are we doing? Welcome to dialogue flow. What the heck is this? Right. 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 Conversational agents, dialogue flow CX. I mean, the thing is, okay. Is it open source? Can I use it with any agent? Natural language understanding platform built on generative models. Of course it is. Flows. More explicit conversation control. Right. Each new customer? What now? Generative versus deterministic. What do I... During a conversation, conversational agents always use language... Right. Of course I can. Fully generative. Playbooks provide a new way. And data stores. Right. If you require more deterministic control over the conversation in order... Okay. Partly generative laws. All right. Dialogue flow. API usage. Right. REST. No. I don't want to call to a cloud service. Is it like their Vertex service or something? Yeah. Okay. Protobufs. No, I don't want to do protobufs. Okay. Cool. This is fine. Client libraries. Oh, here we go. Let's look at Node.js or Python. Dialog flow at CX. Okay. No, but this is node side, so this is not on the front end. Okay, GitHub. Let's look at that. Where's it like getting started? Overview. Let's look at a quick overview. I don't think so. Tons of languages. Authentication methods? No. Understanding roles? Right. No. I want it lighter weight. I mean, this may not work. Lightweight may not work for replacing a partner in a startup, but I don't know about this. Permissions. Yeah, no, we're gonna get out of this. This looks a little locky-in-y. Agents. Flows. Yes. Customer information. Food order. Confirmation. Yes. Right. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna wing it. It seemed like some other source code that I read. People just said, hey, like the system prompt is basically just keep talking to this person and drive the conversation to the end. And I think that's working. So I think just some prompting is gonna work for each flow. Oh my God, right. Thick crust options. I don't know if I like this. Add drink. No, I'm gonna keep it simple. Entity types, parameters, forms, intents, right. I know about intents. My theory is hopefully an intent could maybe be captured in my system as one of the like fields, right? In fact, when I say my system, let's go find out the name that we like. Google Cloud Node. What is this? Whoa, what's last month? Oh, there we are. Oh, I see. Oh dear, is it a mono repo? Yeah, it's a big mono repo. Okay, cool, fine. Dialog flow, get out of there. Okay, Copilot kit and Pydantic. Let's close out Pydantic. Let's keep going. Dialog flow, no. Converse kit. Oh dear, nothing kit. I don't like kit. Chat collect. Developer friendly. Prompt struct. That's kind of neat. What was that first one? Clear and descriptive. I kind of like chat field. That's so cool. Chat field. I like chat field. Gather. My top picks. Gather. I like chat field. I like chat field. I don't like gather. I'd lean towards gather. Well, you're not in charge. I'm sorry. I bet if I say I don't like gather, it's going to say you were right all along. It's such an ass kisser. Okay. We're going to go chat field. Let's name it chat field. Chat field is perfect. Chatting and also like data fields, right? Okay. Please, what did I want to say? I wanted to say, like, show me an example README for such a project that explains the point, walks through simple, right? Simple, easy use cases, then shows some more advanced, right? And then works towards more advanced, let's say. It should show all of the like alignments about decorators, fields, labels, etc. Oh, make the examples be in the general area of like an assistant helping a less technical person with a more technical challenge. An assistant like gathering information to help. Right. Let's just try that. It's going to tell me. Okay, good. At must. At must. Yeah. And then Pip install chat field. Is that a thing? No way, right? Pip or py. Chat field. Come on. Come on. 7 projects. I don't see chat field. Cool. But I want to do it maybe in 2 languages at the same time. At gather. Right, totally. Validation with at must. Guardrails with at reject. Totally. Setting the conversational tone at user, at agent, at must. Totally. Real world examples. At user, at agent. Now we lost the triple quote strings. Whoops, let's stop generating. And as a reminder, we have at user and at agent for the class, but we can still use doc strings to describe the but we still want doc strings, either one line to describe the data set, the form, etc., or multi-line, where the first is the description and subsequent. Wait, let's just not make it. Let's keep it. So we still want doc strings to describe the data to gather and the objective and the objectives and the like high level objectives, right? High level like objectives, not like specifically, yeah, more about the data, user or agent or any specific field. All right, do me again. All right, chat field. Ooh, there's corn. Is that corn? Is that rice? Powered by LLMs. Transform rigid forms into natural conversations. Don't really care. All right, so I say, what's not working, right? Adapt to the user's level. Quick start. Print help session dot problem dot when started. Yes. Computer help dot gather. From chat field import gather. Oh no, you cheat. Okay. Chat field. Oh right, because a field is not the same. Okay, cool. From chat field import chat gather. Import gather. We'll keep it. I don't know. I'll take. Okay, good compromise. I'll take chat field and you keep gather. Maybe chat fields. Chat fields. Chat field. Chat field sounds like a nice place in like West England. Chat field or something. It sounds like somewhere near Devon. That's what I think of chat field. Yes. I don't totally like this, but whatever. Okay, validation. Right. It's not going to be literally the prompt, but whatever. Cool, intermediate examples. Okay, I like this. Let's just like take this. How do I take this entire README? Is this the whole README? README. How do I take the whole thing? There we go. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. I mean, I kind of just want to check it in and see it. I can preview it here. How do you do that? Preview. All right. Gather, must, and reject. Problem. What's not working? Experience. Your tech comfort level. Yeah. I think this can interactively, okay, why chat field? Traditional forms frustrate non-technical users. They don't know what development environment means or whatever. Yeah, of course. Oh, you know what's interesting? Like, I wonder if there's any extra context. Like, there might be a description. I guess could be multiple lines. Let's keep going. Because they ask, like, what do you mean by my tech comfort level? Or if this really, like, this would be more likely to ask, like, what cloud do you want, or like, and you might say, what does that mean? And it's going to need to answer you. It'd be nice to hint, basically the little question mark. Oh man, that's like one missing feature. I think I could just add it in. No, let me make Claude do it. One change to the API and README, please. Each field needs a decorator to provide the same information as the question mark mouse overs, the tooltips that explain a bit about the field. This will allow users to ask clarifying questions, and the LM can use those details to help. Do it. Chat field. I like that name, chat field. Chat field. Does it rhyme with something well known? Let's just ask. Does chat field? I like chat field. You think Chatfield rhymes with battlefield? Okay. Hatfield. There we go. Oh, maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Hatfield and McCoy. Chatfield and Chicoy. We could have Chatfield and Chicoy. That'd be fun. Or Chatfield and Kumakoy would be. Let's not go there. Okay. Chatfield. I like Chatfield. Flatfield. No, I like Chatfield. Cool, cool, cool. Now what? Uh-huh. Hint. Yeah, that's cool. Hint. That's fine. Hint. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Cool. Your comfort, your tech comfort level. Mm-hmm. Okay. Whoa, you editing? Okay. Love it. Hint. Customer list, inventory, sales records. Yeah, totally. Okay. Finally got my API that I like. I got my API that I like. Jeez, what are you doing? Okay. What do they say when they call? Mm-hmm. Totally. Uh-huh. There could be multiple hints, obviously. I can hear K-pop demon hunters in the other room. Okay. This is cool. This is good. Mm-hmm. Gather, gather, gather. Yeah, must reject. Uh-huh. At hint. Totally. Oh, why are you letting me pass multiple hints? Wait, what? SAS for dentist? Oh, specific problem. Examples. Oh, it's not. It's not. It's double quoted string. Okay, cool, cool, cool. The key insight. Thank you. Does that mean I'm insightful? Thank you. Okay. Now what are we doing? Hint. I'm out of usage. Yeah, it's just a matter of time until I hit max. Okay. Totally awesome. Let's go find that README. Let's just try it. Chat field readme. Let's just replace it. Let's just replace it. I believe. Oops. I believe that's going to happen. Did that preview reflect it? Whatever. Okay. All right. We're going to gather. It's tech help. Cool. Must be a specific problem you're facing. This is not what I would write in. You must say what you've already tried. Oh, interesting. Okay. No, that would be another field. Okay, I can edit this. Let's edit it. That's fun. That's fun. That's fun. What is that? Right. Helping you solve. So it's not helping you, right? It's your technical challenges, right? It says describe the data set, your technical challenges. Without the jargon is how are we talking, right? So then a hint, right? Versus Excel takes 5 minutes, right? Hint, at hint. Yeah, specific problem you're facing. So this would be down here and this would be tried. Something like that. And is it must? Interesting. Okay. Starting to wonder if must is the perfect word because we're talking about passing validation. Yeah. Right. So there could be a hint. Let's just not have it. This helps me explain things at the right level for you. Right. Your comfort with technical steps. No. Wait, what was it? Your comfort with technical steps? Your comfort level. And experience. Well, technology. Okay, cool. At hint. This helps me explain things at the right level for you. Right. So let's do this. I'm going to make this thing write me a Claude.md. Please write. Shoot. Do I need to write a Claude.md that will help Claude Code build the initial implementation of this package? Yeah. Trying with a Claude.md. Okay. Cool. Yes. So let's go, because I want to make Claude write this thing now. At hint. Why chat field? We don't care. I'll keep it, whatever. Pip install chat field. Quick start. Help someone fix their computer. Yeah, totally. Yeah, so it's not let's figure out, it's what's wrong with your computer. Right? Problem. What's happening? When did this start? What have you tried so far? Yeah, it's not a question mark. I mean, I guess it. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Language model, whatever. Yeah, computerhelp.gather. Problem dot when started and dot tried solutions, right? Right. Adding validation. Hint must reject. Wait, just want a website? Oh, I see. Examples. Oh, okay. Let's do it. Let's do an example of reject, right? Specific purpose or goal. So at must. Like specific purpose or goal, like buildable by a web developer, right? Like clear enough. Right, something like that, right? And so then reject might be, right, any like regulated US industry such as healthcare, any like US like data regulations, environment such as HIPAA, right? SOC 2, right? Certification. Yeah, let's PHI, right? PHI, anything like that. Let's try that. So instead of any, right, a use case. Um, in a US data regulation. Yeah, that's cool. Or let's just tighten it up because it's just a readme. Reject a data regulation environment. Neat. Hint, must, specific purpose. Yeah. Hint, think about main section. So it's not, these aren't prompts, right? Hint, main sections like home. Must have a rough number of pages. Must have the main sections identified. So what pages do you need? Let's just try rough number of pages, right? Right? Like, yeah, within a range of 1 to great at least. Oh, let's try that, right? No more than 100, right? Love it. This is horrible. This is awesome. So then like pages, right? Pages, page, approximate page count. Yeah, cool. Something like that. Now, why are we talking about pages? Oh, 10. Oh, I see. No more than 10. At least one, no more than 10. Cool. Yeah. We're gonna go lowercase. Probably so, huh? I think that works. Adapt the tone. Small business owner. Right. Totally. Probably frustrated with tech complexity. Totally. Agent. Friendly neighborhood tech expert. Right. We could have like commented out. Be commented out. Oops. Grouchy. Big city. Friendly neighborhood tech expert and grouchy big city tech expert. Sure. Seems to work. Okay. So if this is good enough. This is just the README. So we got to talk to Claude Code. I don't even know if I don't think any of this implies a different implementation. So multi-context guidance. Right. Cool. Conditional fields based on answers. Oh, whoa. Only ask if computer is 3 years old. Oh, whoa. Data.get? What is that? Lambda data.get, computer underscore age. Whoa. How old is your computer? Okay. No, I think this is the sort of thing that would be doing meta program or I don't, this is not a thing. At when? No, I don't want any lambdas in here. I don't like lambdas. Okay. Let's not do at when. Grouchy big city tech expert, right? Let's change it to when, at when. Or let's get rid of those at when. When is it when or where? Should be where. Huh? Where? Nope. When. At when. Come on. Okay. Oh, stop it. At when. Okay. That's cool, but I don't like that. Oh, now this could be, what do we have? We have must and we have reject, right? Only ask if the computer is 3 years old. Does the agent could you hint to the agent or would you just like create a new I think you just create a new object. Yeah. So if I have a little section in the bottom here called like notes or something or whiteboard, right? Like should be so this is super easy as long as you can if you can like hot swap an like a data model mid conversation, then like it's easy to be dynamic. So in other words, let's try something. We're gathering, right? Gather. We'll see. Does that work? Yeah, let's do that. So we're gathering, right? And we say class, like repair, right? Like fix. Okay. So then we say at shoot. Well, hold on. Let me think. It's supposed to be easy. It's supposed to be intuitive API. So we're going at at let me think. So first of all, it's a field, right? So let's just say like, yeah, like your age, and then we'll say how old is your computer, something like that. It's not bad. Just put the prompt in there. That's not too bad. The only problem is no, age of the computer, age of your computer. No, let's describe the data because I think the LLM will then be, it'll be better for the LLM to phrase those questions. I think if you give it a question, it's in my experience, these LLMs are, they tend to quote and kind of copy and paste stuff around more than I'd want. So I want to make the LLM like write the question. There's a lot of ways to go from that to a question and it'll get it right. And so then what's the point, right? Gather age of your computer. Right. So like problem, right? Your problem, your computer's problem. Something like that. Okay, so that works. And then be something like this, you know, like pseudocode, if the fix, what would I do? If the fix dot age, ooh, shoot. We're doing age, or we're doing strings now. Now I have to reconcile the fact that I'm doing strings only. I don't want to make it integers. Or do I? No, because they could say 3 years, 3 months. No. No. So they could say 3 years, they could say 3 months. Yes, like so much of real stuff is there's just no real like integers kind of worth talking about. They always couple to you know, like a unit or something like that. Yeah, a unit or dimension. So then you can swap a data model, make conversation. So whatever. Age, like, you know, age in years equals some function, you know, whatever. And then so then basically if age in years is greater than 3, then so the point is right. The point is how was it? Okay, I got to learn my own. How did it kick off that gather? It's sort of a stand-in now, but how in the world, where did it like call that There you go, computer help.gather. Oh, whoa, it's like a class method right here. But it's not a class method. It's been like, okay, that's fine. We'll keep going. That's going to be the agentic framework. That's still to be determined. But so then, boom, right? Oh, chat field. Wait, what? Dot gather, right? Helper dot gather. Helper equals create tech helper. User equals load user profile. Oh, is this like a functional one? Right. Mm-hmm. And then what do they say? Session equals helper dot gather. Okay. Interesting. Well, you know, I almost feel like this thing should like yield objects back, and then I could like break out, right? Because otherwise I would have to pass in a, like, let's keep going, right? So session equals helper dot gather, right? Or like problem equals problem, right? Class problem, right? Class tech support, right? So tech support dot gather, right? So so then, right, and then the age in years comes later or whatever. We don't want that. We don't want that. You know, whatever. So then if the age is years, then the right support equals tech support. So then it's just like this. Support equals tech support dot gather. I don't know what I'm trying to say. So I mean, the point is you go gather class like new tech support. It's a whiteboard. We're fine. Oh man, I wish I could. Oh man, you know, it'd be fun. Like just pass in an old one and it would inherit. I mean, gee, we're really getting into inheritance. But okay, keep going. So then whatever, something like that. And so then like if your age is greater than 3 years, there's a new question, which is dusted, right? Have you dusted it recently? Something like that. And then you would just like support equals new tech support, something like that. Or maybe like Python. Come on. It's like while true, you know, like state. Now there's also asynchronous programming, so I'm gonna have to think. But I think either, no, I don't think the asynchronous changes too much. So my state is like, I think it would be like this. It would be, you know, like tag support dot gather. Or let's say like support, right? Support. And so it's like if support dot done, whatever, right? If support dot done, break, something like that, right? Or complete. Just really feeling like it should be a class, but because Pydantic, I mean, in Pydantic you make a class. You don't wrap a class, you make a class. Pydantic AI. You don't wrap a class, you make a class, but you just use Pydantic to do a what the heck? You use Pydantic. Oh man, I got tricked. You use Pydantic to do a what do they call it? Not agent. Use Pydantic to do a data class. Yeah, exactly. Data class, customer ID, int. Yeah, all of this stuff. Base model and field. Right, right. We're using Pydantic to make this. My plan is to do that here in a second. Field. Do we care? So that's a field. That's a base model. Support advice. No. We have all these decorators. No. What does Pydantic have to teach me here? What does Pydantic have to teach me here? Where did my work go? Oh, I was in the... Okay. So, and the point is this thing's yielding, right? And like the content is either done or not done. Like it's either valid, everything's valid or not valid. Um, right. Internally, they could be null. They could be null, but null means we haven't heard from the user. It doesn't mean the user's answer is, they don't care or nothing or something. So it's something like this. But anyway, the point is, I think there's also a good example here of how to generate these things from a function. What's the point? Right. Oh, where was the functional one? That was fun. Right, a helper. Oh, whoa. No, no, no. I don't want to do that. Here it was, create tech helper. This is all you need, right? Yeah, you get the profile, some like big asynchronous or like IO heavy. Then you make a quick class. You explain the user. Yes, yes. And then if you can like hot swap these little objects, the point is if I'm in conversation with it, where's my, if I'm in conversation with it and I say, oh, there's like a major, what am I thinking? Okay, the user is not able to change the data model. That's exactly it. The user's not able to change the data model, but the code, the application is based on the user's response, if it wants to, as it were, right? So this is the perfect example. If I want to say, well, if your computer's old, effectively, then we need another field. Then we throw that in there, and we just, yeah, it should just be able to swap out in the live conversation, so that when I say, yeah, my computer's 3 years old, it says, oh, have you dusted it recently? And if I say my computer's 2 years old, it says, oh, good. That's how that's gonna feel as a UX. Um, that's how that's gonna feel as a UX. And I don't need any fancy Lambda stuff. I can just let the developer swap that out relatively easily, and we'll see. Okay, so okay, let me go through the README. I think there's too many examples to make Claude Code. This thing's also supposed to have. Let's check if we got a Claude Code. Um, I think we did. Where was that dang thing? We got a Claude Code. This should give. Here it is, Claude.md. Let's take that. Yes, thank you. And so let's go. So let's actually make a package, right? Maker. Let's make it. What are we gonna call it? Uh, Chat field. Love it, love it. Chat field. So, um, Claude. Hey, where's my Claude.md? Did I not get it? Oh, chat field dash Claude. Uh-huh. Okay, come here. Claude.md. Yes, cool. Wonderful. So chat field is a thing now. Let's move that README into here. Yes. Ooh, let's save it real quick. Save, move. Cool. Whiteboard, we don't need too much just yet. Clean some stuff up. Knowledge evolution influences. Is that me? I wrote this? Oh, yeah. Okay. Agent.py, don't care. Man, that's 20 lines of code. That's cool. That's legit. That's cool. That's cool. Okay. So in chat field. Oh, let's read the README. The conversational data gathering powered by LLMs. Yes. All right. So just what do I not want? Python. Oh, I know what I want to do. Let's preview it so I can read a little bit. Okay. All right. At hint. Yes. At must. Yes. Problem. Yes. This hint. Yes. Why chat field? Don't care. Installation. Don't care. Quick start. What's wrong with quick start from chat field or gather? Gather. Yes, yes, yes. This is unclear. This is not going to be this way, so that's fine. Whoops, what happened? Preview. Okay. Validation. Hint. Must. Reject. Data regulation environment. Yes. What will your website do? Hint. Must. Must. Hint. Yeah, reject. Okay. Personalizing the conversation. Don't care. Hint. Must. Yes. Cool. Yes. Intermediate examples. Non-technical person. Yes. That's cool. Ooh, inheriting's a little awkward, so that's okay. Because if you want to like inherit and remove a user decorator, that's going to be awkward whether that's subclassing or decorating. So that's okay. Typically, I think it's going to be in a loop of code, and it's just going to kind of like if else. There's just going to be basic logic putting together and like string functions putting together the object. And then the point is, I want to use this thing to ask, like, how do I want this to become my vibes.diy whatever I want to, the word to mind is copilot, but I want this to be my vibes.diy conversational side. Let's just say no, copilot's the wrong word. It's the conversational side, because the idea is just ask vibes.diy, what do you want? What do you want? With a really simple, or rather ask the user, what do you want? With a really simple, like data model. And when that's done, I've got 4 or 5 little pieces of detailed information, which it specifically and hopefully friendly, asked about. I love the at agent here. I don't like the word agent, but I love this at agent decorator, because my understanding is vibes.diy is being used in educational context. So it would be so nice to just say, stick to a like 8th grade vocabulary level, or stick to a 4th grade vocabulary level, or something like that. I think that would be cool as one little decorator. And now boom, my interactive tool can obey that with like one line of code. Yeah, it's premature to think about, can these things build themselves, or could an agent build, something else? So, because I think that's how human brains work. When we talk to each other, there's like what's in scope, and then there's the meta conversation of should we change the scope? And it just naturally moves in and out of that. And these things do not do that. And that's okay for today. System prompt, support agent, add customer name. Whoa. Oh yeah, we looked at dependency injection. That's cool. That's I'm doing my own little kind of lightweight dependency injection. So, we got the name, we got chat field. This is awesome. Now, this is cool because vibes.diy is TypeScript. So I've been thinking in Python all this time. I want to start a new conversation. I'm kind of sick of this conversation here. And we got our README and everything. I kind of want to say, hey, what would this look like in TypeScript maybe? I mean, do they have decorate? I mean, you could, yeah, I'd like to know, what would this look like in TypeScript, or maybe just what would this look like in JavaScript? That's not a bad, that's maybe JavaScript is, I certainly would rather implement it in JavaScript, or even like read Claude's code in JavaScript over TypeScript, but only slightly. I don't really, basically the same as far as reading code. Hint, yeah, hint. Yeah, hint is close enough. I feel like these words are very important because this is going to affect how I think about it as a human, because the word hint means a lot to me. or it means a bunch of things to me. It doesn't, I think, it has a lot of meaning. So if I write the code or prompt Claude Code that, oh, the hint, because I almost want to call it like about, right? Instead of hint, it's about. Or examples. Let's keep it at hint. About. A-B-O-U-T. A-B-O-U-T and R-E-J-E-C. T-O-D, reject is 6 letters. So let's keep it. Let's keep it. Let's keep going. So then what do I want all this? User, agent. Yes. Basically, video calls, hint, must. I think we like it. Conditional fields based on answers. We don't like any of this. Was this the one with the lambda? Yeah, we're taking that out. That's gone. We don't want conditional fields based on answers. No, because I want to jump from like everything static and just, what you see is what you get. Is hard coded if you like. I feel like jump all the way to ask the LLM how to augment the data model, right? Like if something, then add a field is kind of no longer going to cut it. I think that may be an interesting thing to do, is kind of ask the LLM what maybe, or maybe there's some options. You just say, here's a bunch of secondary fields, or they're hanging off of primary fields, and just let the LLM throw them in later based on language and not based on explicit like conditions or any sort of code. Okay, advanced usage. Let's just save this. And does the preview update? Oops. Control R. Do I have to press Control R? Or how do I get? Yeah. I don't know. Okay. It must. Personalizing, intermediate, multi-context guidance, fine, advanced usage. Oh, it does not. It does not. It definitely does not. Open preview. Wait. Oh, I wonder if it like just builds it to an HTML and then. Yeah, I bet it does. Dynamic gathering. Building gatherers programmatically. I don't want any of this. Gatherer builder. Don't want any of that. Gatherer builder. For user. Why would I want this? No. We don't want any of that. We don't want gatherers dynamically. We want to ship this thing today. That's what we want. We want to ship this thing tonight. Presets for common scenarios. Oh, right. And then what? Patient teacher. Yeah, that's cool. Quick diagnosis, friendly expert, hint. And then that just unpacks into a bunch of @user and potentially @user and @agent. Yeah, that's fine. Quick diagnosis, cool. That's fine. That could be fun. Certainly easy to implement. Friendly expert, cool. Validation rules as context. What? Non-technical hint. Must, reject. Just need a website. Everyone has one. Wait, what? The purpose. What should your website accomplish? Sell products, generate leads, Must be a specific business goal. Must how website helps achieve it. Must have a specific business goal. Okay, I'll keep that. If an LLM generated that, I'll trust it. So this just need a website. Right, like implementable by a developer, right? Right. Just need a website. Everyone has one. That's not a thing. I don't know what that means. Just need a website. Reject. Vague or short. Vague or unclear. Yeah. Fine. What do they say when they call? How do they find you now? Must be actual phrases customers use. That's cool. Reject marketing buzzwords. I mean, that wouldn't work because maybe actual customers use marketing buzzwords. So what do they say when they call? How do they find you? Reject. We do everything. What do they say when they call? I don't even know. whatever. We'll keep going. $500 for DIY, $5,000 for right budget. Yeah, cool. Must be a specific like number or range. That's cool. An LLM knows that that's not a number. That's a number times a dimension of dollars or currency of some sort. So I bet that works. As cheap as possible. No. Reject as cheap as possible. As cheap as possible. Money is no object. Right. Ooh, interesting. At hint. I almost want to say like, so as cheap as possible is anyone who's ever talked to non-technical people about building technical stuff knows that this is probably the number one like requirement there is in all of technology building. So that is definitely not going to be a reject property. And then the question is like, I want to support people saying that people should, especially if it's vibes, people should be able to say as cheap as possible. And then that should be able to unpack a little bit. And I know that I did a ton of other stuff on, this is not connected to all that like decomposing, problem decomposition. I wonder if at hint should just say, let's just try putting it in the at hint, right? As cheap as possible is about is at least as cheap as possible. I don't know, per month. Oh, and you know what? Actually, a must. It must be a specific number or range for a specific time duration. That's the point. I don't want people to tell me. I mean, there could be an initial budget. I mean, in fact, that's kind of what this would really look like, right? So there's initial budget, like build budget, and then there's like maintenance budget, right? All right. Website budget for long-term maintenance, right? Website budget for initial build. Now, build versus maintenance, the reason build used to be expensive was tons of humans got involved. So I don't know, but let's just follow this, right? So the build budget is going to be as cheap as possible. Right. So let's say that we need a specific, we must have a specific number. I kind of like going must and then reject and then hint. Or maybe must hint reject. Let's try that. Specific number or range, right? And so then this must here must be a specific number or range, and also a specific number or range per a specific time frame. Dollars per month. Example X USD per month, right? That's the point. That's what that must look like. Oh, and what's so fun is I could probably pass this into, what was that thing called? There's a bunch of them. Pydantic had one. What was that thing called? It's in my README. I want to say it started with an I. It was like in instructor. I think this is it. Yep. Instructor. I bet through a very quick LLM call through instructor, once my model knows that the answers are complete and valid, instructor could like convert that to int pretty easily. I could just say, here's what the user said. Here's the real data model. Oh man, well, it'd be really fun. Well, no, let's not get ahead. It'd be fun to like inherit from that. But so it's going to be pretty trivial to convert from these strings into integers and floats and stuff. And it's going to be totally use case specific. And also that's the sort of thing an LLM can do like just in time effectively. So let's get out of instructor. I think I'm happy with Claude, with this with LM decomposition, we're fine. Auto gen. I'm happy with this Claude, So then, okay, maintenance budget. These fields are optional. Hint. Right. They're optional because they have no app must decorator, right? We'll see. Launch date, timeline, when do you need this? Right. And something I want to say. Okay, best practices, write doc strings. Oh, cool. Write doc strings that set context. Right. Describe the data. Do not write the prompt or agent script, right? Describe the data. And then this contradicts that. Getting it right. Dang, has this thing not connected into is this thing not connected into Copilot? Yeah, where's my Copilot stuff? Is Copilot not helping me? Where's Copilot? Yeah. Okay, let's try this. Oh, can I like, let's see if this works. Yeah. Not right. Right. Let's see if that works. Come on, Schwartz 282. Yes, please. Class tech help. This is not helpful. And then why is it not tech support request, right? We'll solve where you can actually implement. No judgment, no jargon, just help. No, it's going to be specific problem, like one specific problem for one specific user. Whatever. It should be about their technology. Whatever. Let's keep going. Use @user and @agent. Yes, totally. Use @user and @agent to shape the conversation. @user influences. Yeah. @agent influences how the agent influences the agent, agent's behavior, tone of voice, etc. @user influences the agent's understanding of the user's situation and circumstance or whatever. I want to say any word except context. The user situation, right? User, busy parent working from home, limited tech budget, totally. Empathetic problem solver. Suggest free, cheap solutions first, totally. Make validations, guide, not gatekeep. Good. Helps. Hint. Excel, QuickBooks, Chrome must be a specific software name. I don't care. No, it's open source. If you want to gatekeep and your agent to your users, go ahead. I don't even know what gatekeep means. I'm a gatekeeper. Okay, keep the field descriptions conversational. No, I think it's the opposite, right? Describe the technical issue. Issue description. No. Keep field descriptions. Use field descriptions to describe the data. Data, not a prompt, right? So what is good is to say, what's frustrating you about your computer? The problem is user's primary problem, you know, primary problem and why, and its negative impact. That's kind of would be a separate field, right? User's primary problem, right? Impact. Specific, ideally quantifiable. Specific, ideally quantifiable cost of this problem to the user, right? That's the point. Describe the data, not a prompt. And then bad, issue description. Tell me what your problem is, right? That's not what I want. Okay, API reference decorators, cool. Agent, cool. Reject, when. When is not a thing. Reject, must. Hint, yes. Agent user gather, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 objects, six bits of surface presets, fine. Dynamic creation, no gather or builder, right? Gather, builder, nope, don't want that. What else is there? Create, gather, simple function, create, gather. Did that also go away? Yes, we don't want it. Contributing. License, uh-oh, license is Apache 2.0. Okay. What's going on here? All right. If you, yeah, you could, yeah, okay. Whiteboard, just my, fine. Okay, so that's the README. Let's quickly glance at the Claude.md, because I think I'm gonna make Claude build this thing. Just as long as there's none of that like implementation structure. Oh, cool. Presets, fine. Core components to implement, decorators, sure. Neat. Gather-based logic. So there's no, oh wait. No, let's see if there's any build. I think there's not. Is that not working? Build. No, there's no builder. Conditional fields. Is there a function? No, right? This is cool. Let's stick with this. So let's save some stuff. Let's check some stuff in. We're checking in. This is cool. This plan is not a thing. How do I? Done. So there's Claude.md. There's, okay, so the whiteboard. So let's throw in some Claude stuff. Claude. Okay. Basically designed. The, what am I saying? The chat API, right? Design the, let's just call it its name, chat field API. Oh, maybe it's Sheffield, like it's French, Sheffield. Maybe it's cat field. Commit. All right, that's committed in. Uh-oh. All right. So cool. Let's load up Claude. Chat field, babe. Okay. Claude. So do I need a /init in here? I think I do. Oh, no, I don't, because I already have the Claude code. So let's switch to planning mode. Bop. Chat field is a new Python, let's call it a package. Oh, you know what? I don't know if I want to get Claude started. Oh, I do. I don't have any idea what the back end is yet. I don't know what's the agent framework yet, if it's all of that stuff. So that's next. So, but let's just get it started. Let's just get some code written, right? So is a new Python package for to use LM conversation to like produce, like, what am I trying to say? Like simple, like data models to produce simple data to produce simple string-based data sets, right? To use a package to, is a new Python package to use LLM conversation to produce simple string-based data sets. The design is mostly done in the README. Reset to 7 p.m., right? We got a little time. The design is mostly done. The design is mostly done and documented. The back-end LM agent framework is still undecided, right? What code you still, I want to get started and maybe have basic like syntax, like and have unit tests for basic syntax without like for basic syntax and well-formed usage of the library. What code can you stub out? Let's just say, and I don't want to ask it. Implement or stub out, right? Stub out. Ideally, having for basic syntax and well-formed use of the library, as you can see from the, let's just try that. Let's just get it going. I don't think we've got bad prompting weather today. We got bad prompting mojo. We got bad prompting juju. Yeah, we got bad prompt juju today. But I think I'm gonna pause the stream, like refresh my coffee, and then just find the next stream is gonna be find the back end and ship something. I basically want to talk. What I want is basically this UI, whatever's the easiest. Well, I built a web UI, but it's browser use. This thing's Python at the moment. I haven't asked, do I want TypeScript? Actually, before I write a ton of code, I got to really think carefully. If I want to put this into, I have to decide, is it Python, is it TypeScript, or is it both? You just stole that from the other one. So then, annotation subconcept. Right, cool. Would you like to proceed? Key features to include. Decorator stacking, totally. Conditional fields with at when. Oh, okay, cool. Let's keep planning. From the design. What else? We don't want when. Otherwise, write everything. Let's plan it up. Hopefully I can get that under my usage limit. And start coding. Start coding. I think I may tell it like, oh no, let's just prepare right now. I know what I'm gonna do. Yeah, prepare for like multi-language or something. Because there's just no way any of this is gonna work at all in vibes.diy right now. That's definitely all front end. So I need to think about, now that I know my sort of problem space and the things I'm solving, how's it gonna look as code? Who's gonna use it? Can it be dual language from the beginning? Is that a new thing? So let's let that happen. I guess I'll check this in and then I guess I'll check this in and then stop. Create plan.md. Oh, it's actually starting the code. Okay. So I won't check it in. I was just going to check in the plan file. Let's see if it finished that. Oh, no, it hasn't, obviously. Cool, cool, cool. All right. I cannot, like, I, I cannot believe this is not out there. It just seems like I feel like I'm just going to Google the right phrase or find the right link and just bump into a totally um, mature, system that does this already. But uh, I mean, I looked for days. I looked for days. Headless AI. Yeah, co-agents with LangGraph. So the idea is maybe write a LangGraph agent to do the kind of to turn all of this everything I've done into real data. Ah, I hit my limit. Um, then either I'll figure that out, and then having figured that all of that out, I mean, I guess I can write it down. What's the like steps? Maybe I'll let me go to my main README, which is just my main like idea whiteboard thing. So in the to dos here, whoa, README experiments, dog food to do, right? Where was that? Thoughts to do. Open hand security analyzer, nice. Identify new MCP servers. Okay, so in the to do here, actually, it's the new number one to do, which is like choose the agent framework and language. And build it. Mm-hmm. That's basically it. All right. And did that plan.md stick? If that plan.md stuck, then I'll just take that. Mm-hmm. README notes. Awesome. Push it. Okay. Mm-hmm. And what went into that plan? Do I care? Don't really care. Cool, cool, cool. All right. We'll take a break. We'll stop. How long have I been running? 3 hours. Cool. That's a good session. I will start up again. I want to ship something tonight. I don't know if I'll publish. Maybe Claude can help me with the tedium. There's a little bit of tedium getting stuff published in a package repo. And it's not urgent to me that this is published in a package repo. It's urgent to me that this is the foundation of Vibes DevOps. This is a side kind of thing. Um, and so we'll see then. We'll see then. All right. Thank you. Taking a break.